What's going on, y'all? It's Sunday. Going on 4 o'clock. Got a showing today at 4. This house here has had a lot of showings today. I'm representing the buyer. Had to reschedule the showing because the seller lives in the home, and seller's been out all day. My buyer wanted to see it at 5, but seller's like, I gotta go back in the house. That's a good problem for a seller to have, not so much of a good problem for a buyer, because it means if you're gonna make an offer, you gotta put your best foot forward. Too many people are seeing the house. It's garnering a lot of interest, so you can't come around playing. You gotta, make your best offer. First time meeting this client in person, so it's another lead. Once again, a business without leads die, right? So it's always a blessing when you meet a potential buyer, potential seller for the first time. That means you got something in the pipeline. You got some growth, right? So I'll be arriving right on time, which is not what I like to do. I like to be there a little earlier, but at least I won't be running late. So yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. When I meet this client, that's when I'm gonna ask my qualifying questions. That's just the way I do business. Some people like to do all of that before they meet the client. I like to provide a service, a benefit. If a client wants to see a property, I do that without asking too many questions. When we do meet, then we can ask all the questions and go from there. Build a rapport. That's just people skills from there on out. Turn this first time person or client to a lifelong client. It all starts with the first meet, and then you go from there. I think this property is going for about $400,000 or something along those lines. It's in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Older house, but it was done. It's a brick house, solid house. From the pictures, it looks like it was remodeled, staged. So we're gonna go from there. All right, let's do it. Yeah, all done with this showing. We cut these lights off. Client kind of likes the house, but I don't think they're ready. They're not all the way convinced due to the size of some of the bedrooms. So, gotta cut off all these lights and get out of here. I like to just make sure all the lights are off. Owner still lives in the property, and I'll be back home shortly. Just like to double check, make sure everything is the way you met it. There's a little bathroom in here. Nice basement area. The clients love this part of the house more. Has some recessed lighting. Let me see if I can cut them on. There you go. Client like that. Anyway, we out of here, man. Yeah, so as mentioned, while I was there with the buyer, she came with her husband and the 2 children. I was able to ask some qualifying questions. Better feel of how soon they're ready to move and what they're looking for. So that's always a good thing, and that's the right way to do it, I think. it's always good to qualify people so they don't waste your time. Yeah, it's always good to qualify people so they don't waste your time, but it's also good to provide them with what they're looking for. And then you give them something they feel comfortable giving you more. And the beautiful thing about it is, you know, I got a couple houses under contract in the area, so they asked me, do you show a lot of properties in this area? And I had a folder. I normally have a folder for people I meet for the first time, and I had all those flyers in that folder. And I say, yeah, I do, and here go the folder. Also had some information for them as well as home buyers, but that always comes in handy when you can show somebody that's interested in buying in an area that I'm delivering results for home buyers in this area. So that was definitely a plus. And there's no guarantee they're going to work with me, but I think I answered a lot of their questions. There's some more feedback and things of that nature, follow-up that needs to be done. And that's the beauty of it. So we're going to do that follow-up over time, slowly, and build a rapport to where when they think about buying or selling a house, you're the person that comes to mind, you know? That's exactly where we're trying to go. Yeah, so that's a day in the life of a realtor. It's going on 4:30, and that's my day-to-day. My day, as far as real estate showings and stuff, was maybe an hour long. I don't like to work too much on weekends, but if a buyer, as I mentioned, wants to see something, I work around their schedule. I do have a bunch of admin stuff to do later on, so I'll tackle that later, maybe in the evening or something. But all in all, it's a good day, busy summer, you know, and we rolling, making it happen.